The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, we're getting down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking new.
A new year, a new time for everyone just to lay back and just...
Talking new.
We can sit back in an old waterbed from 1986, take off our clothes and just be...
Talking new.
There's a new Ghostbuster movie out. It could be like 1984 and we could all just be...
Talking new.
Mass orgies everywhere we go. Because that's where just...
Talking new.
Sitting back with a neck pillow on and a hat and a drink in my hand and I'm just...
Talking new.
Kathy's over there trying to stay awake, but she looks very tired from working out, but she's...
Talking new.
And that's what we do every Monday when we come out here to ONTV. We're just...
Talking new. Hey everyone, welcome back
to another exciting, phenomenal, fantastic, stupendous episode of
Talking New.
where we talk uncensored, uncut, unedited about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Why? Because that's what we do. Like we could be nude right now. You just don't know. You just never know. And there's a lot of cameras in here, so you just never know. I was messing around with the sound effects before we started tonight, and I figured, we could just mess around and do some for a quick second before we go into our normal banter. But I like this one a lot. It's kind of where's it at? Where was the one that you liked?
I don't know. Oh yeah, it was this one. It's like,
All right, try it
is
again.
your toilet paper not soft enough? Well, try ours. It's so soft.
And mine would be, nope, not that one. Where is it at? Or this could be a Hot Pocket commercial. Be like, hurry up to the refrigerator right now and get that Hot Pocket. That's right. Put it in the microwave and burn your tongue in 30 seconds. And then this one, I don't know what this one would be.
Exercise like commercial.
Come on, people, left and right and
Come burn those buns of steel.
those butt
Come
cheeks
on
of
now.
steel. Yeah.
Right, left, right.
That sounded like, what does it sound like? The cha-cha to the left, cha to the right, cha to the... Now this one right here sounds like some, yeah baby, step into a Slim Jim, we're about to have a wrestling match tonight. Hulk Hogan against Dwayne Walker Johnson. That's what we do, we're live out here. WWE Worldwide Wrestling Federation. I don't have a lot of hair left, so don't give me much time. I can't wrestle like I used to. I'm a little old, got arthritis in my wrist, but I promise you, brother, we're gonna have a phenomenal time nonetheless.
You are silly. You are.
And then
just
this one right here is like,
oh yeah, baby.
she walked into the room.
Oh yeah.
The room was very quiet except for the music playing. Oh man.
Monkey.
What is this one? Okay, that was terrible.
Harry, what is it?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
The stuff that dreams are made of.
Really?
And then we also got, yeah, tonight we talk about on Nerd 101 Apple Square TV and about all the new apps and social networking that people are doing because they're clearly not socializing anymore. They're just on their apps. We'll be talking about that and oh so much more. And fuck Bill Gates. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, just kidding. We probably lost like a few. Oh man, but hey, we're back. We're here. I like this one because it's Phil Hartman from Saturday Night Live.
You know, I can't imagine a more dignified way to end my 8 years on this program. Goodbye.
Ew, no.
Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye.
No.
Clearly, singing was not Phil Hartman's suit. Rest in peace to Phil Hartman. While we're talking about Phil Hartman,
Oh, goodness.
one of my favorite, so You know, I got my hoodie today, my Saturday Night Live hoodie.
Oh yeah, you did. It's really
And
cool.
It is really cool. Shout out to
Yeah, I was about to
Ginger.
give a shout out.
Ginger Menagerie. I believe that's.
Say that 10 times.
I think it's
Ginger
Ginger.
Menagerie.
Let me look at my phone to make sure.
Ginger Menagerie. Ginger Menagerie. Ginger Menagerie.
And it would be like New York. Be like Ginger Menagerie. Yeah. Ginger Menagerie out in the
No.
Brooklyn. We're out in Brooklyn.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let me see. Yes, Ginger's Menagerie, all one word. Ginger's Menagerie, and I'm guessing the Ginger's is because she has red hair.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Ginger's Menagerie. So shout out to Sarah Ginger's Menagerie. Go on Etsy. She does a lot of cool custom stuff. I got
How do you
this
even spell that though?
Ginger's Menagerie.
Yeah.
Menagerie.
Yeah, you might want to look it up.
I'm pretty
People
sure.
can actually go
I'm pretty sure I spelled it just right.
Did you spell it just right?
Yeah, it is GINGERSMENAGERIE. Yeah, I spelled it just right.
Oh well.
I just thought it was Ginger Menagerie. It's Gingers, plural.
Oh.
So apparently there's more than one ginger that's making the menagerie. But no, for real, I really enjoy the Blues Brother hat that she made. And she also did A Nightmare Before Christmas hat, which is really cool. Reminds me of like the 90s. And then I had her do this Saturday Night Live hoodie. And she did a really good job, man. She like, I don't know if she crocheted the hoodie. I don't think she crocheted the hoodie. The hat was already made. And then she just put the Blues Brother logo on it. It was really dope. But how have you been? How was your weekend?
You know what?
What?
Good. Not bad at all. Not bad. I've been on the job hunt, and this shit is horrible, you guys. Like,
Let's talk about it.
you know, I haven't been in the job like world in a while, and I tell you, I don't even understand the rules of this new shit.
What are the rules?
You can like tell them whatever they want to hear, and they still won't hire you. Like,
It seems like
I
it's a
think
popularity
yeah,
contest
it's like a
now.
clique. People nowadays
Yeah.
want to work with people that they think they're gonna have fun hanging out with.
Yeah.
It's not about the worker. It's not about the availability. It's all about
You almost
do
gotta
I
go
feel-
in there
yeah,
and give
and
them
be
like
like
a
somebody-
hit of ecstasy or something.
yeah, like be somebody's friend. They're looking for somebody they can like kick it with or have
Yeah.
a social life with. It's not like coworkers anymore, which I can understand. But like, man, so it's like you're walking into a place and you don't even know nothing. It's not going to be based upon your experience, based upon your availability,
Yep.
or even your skill set. So it's like, it's basically if the person who's doing the hiring, if they like your vibe when you come in the door, that's all it's about.
You
That's
know,
it.
and it's sad because back in the day, they actually looked for people that was
Skilled workers.
skilled workers, and that had the specifications for that particular job description. Now it's just like, oh, let's just fill a spot. We'll just fill a spot. We'll just put you right here and see how you do, and hopefully you don't crash the machine.
Yeah.
You know, because like for example, I work in manufacturing, as you know, and there's a lot of automation in there, and we got people that are just half awake, like letting the robots just, in limbo with the parts.
But the thing is, it's because people are so exhausted. They're having to work a bunch
Yeah.
of jobs, and people are just exhausted, and also
Yeah.
exhausted and distracted because we live in a world where our attention has to always be on something else. We never can be in a place where you can just focus on one thing. Like back in the day when you wrote a paper for school, you focused in on that writing that paper because you had to go to the library. You had to make your index, your table of contents. You actually had to research the paper
Yeah.
to focus on it. Nowadays, it's like you have to multitask everything, but how can you? You can't.
And
You can't
a lot of,
multitask all the time.
and that's true. And a lot of these jobs now, they want you to do, like you said, more than one thing. So with the multitasking, for example,
That wears people out.
they want you to do 5, 6, 7 different jobs, but they want to pay you just one,
Yep.
wage, and they think that's acceptable.
I just can't believe how much management has changed.
What
What
yeah.
happened to the organization of management? Like,
They become lazy.
yeah, I mean, one lady, we out to Troy for an interview. I didn't even get to get the interview because because she was running behind and running so behind where I'm like, I got to get back to, my salon. I have appointments. Like, I
Right.
can't just sit there and wait for you. But I remember, like, back in the day that the managers were so much more organized. They gave a shit whether or not they had, like, workers. Now it's, like, about being liked. Then I went to another interview the other day in, where was it? Clawson. And it just seemed like I knew exactly what their agenda was. Their agenda was to get somebody to work the days they didn't want to work, and that was it. there was no flexibility. It was just what they wanted.
Which is terrible because if you think about it,
But whatever
all the
happened to
people
working
gotta
with
do,
the employees to get?
That's
and
what I'm about
you're-
to say. Everyone, like, you should be able to work with them, but also be able to rotate.
Yeah.
Like take a
It
weekend
was like
off.
they wanted me to work the whole weekend, every single weekend.
Yeah.
But before the interview, I told them like I can do every other. I can do every other. I can do a weekend day,
Right.
but just not both at the same time. So I'm still giving you my weekend. I'm just giving you one day out of it. I'm not going to give you both days every single weekend.
But let's be
and
honest,
it was like women
too.
who were my age and older. So it's like I'm 41. It's like women in their 50s.
Right.
And so it's like I get it. They want their time off on the weekends and stuff, but it was just like these jobs are only like they're just fitting little puzzle pieces. They don't even. It's not really about really hiring a worker. It's just a body to fill the hours they don't want to be there.
But
It doesn't even matter about
let's
having
also be
skill.
honest too, though. A lot of them are just lazy. Because look at the one
Yeah.
chick. She basically waited for, another client and another client just
Yeah.
so she could get that quick tip money
Yep.
and blew you off. And then she was like, "Oh well, can you come out here, with your car because my car is broke down?" But no, she just didn't want to lose her parking spot. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to drive out to you, but she had you come all the way out there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm putting a message out there to all employers and jobs out there and companies. Sometimes you just never know who the best client's going to be or the best employee is going to be. You just never know. And you're not going to know from a resume online because anyone can put anything online nowadays. But when you actually meet that person in person and talk to them and get a feel for them and who they are, you know what I'm saying? You still won't know who they are, but you're not going to know it from a resume online. And I'm so against that. Like people go online and do these job resumes and applications, and then they got these third-party companies and temp agencies and all these different companies, and they just submit your stuff to a company or whatever. And if it's kind of like a crapshoot, if they want you, they'll holler at you. If not, they don't. And I'm kind of against that. And the reason why is because back in the day, you filled out an application, you actually had an interview, you met the person. Now it's like you got to go through all this jumbo shit just to get to the person,
Yeah.
and then they play this popularity contest. Bullshit.
Yep. And then they waste your time. Like
Don't waste your time.
Yes, they completely waste your time. Like I was just watching a TikTok and this girl was talking about that, and she was saying that she has gone on several interviews, and every time they're like an hour long, and they're like being all friendly and acting like they're gonna hire you. Next thing you know, they don't hire you, but they
Yep.
act all cool with you and stuff, making you think that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's getting to the point where it's so much fake where you're getting people's hopes up versus let's just do the standard interview, answer the questions, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't sit on there and laugh at a key and for hours of people's time and then not hire them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's mean.
But also, it's something that we're finding out as well, and that I'm finding out as well. This world is very sexist.
Oh,
You know what I'm
God,
saying? Very sexist because you went to another interview
Yeah.
and it was all guys. There
Yeah.
was not a female around
At
whatsoever.
all. And it was just like, I can totally tell they didn't want a woman in there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm still living in that world.
Right.
But I understand it.
But
it's not ever
disappointing.
going to change.
It's
I just don't.
disappointing though because the way I look at it is, since when is that okay? When is that okay to discriminate against people like that? And people have been doing it forever and they think it's okay. It's not okay. You got people that are willing to work and they're just trying to do whatever they got to do.
But also, I thought about something else, though, I didn't even think about, though.
What?
That's still discriminatory. That I forgot. I have tattoos.
And
And you'd
you
be
usually
surprised.
wear a hoodie or something or a long sleeve shirt on. To
I
cover.
had a sweater on. They didn't really see them, but some people can still see them, though.
Oh, they'll be
And
all right.
because the ones on my head, So
Yeah.
it's like I forgot about that one, too. That's still one, too. And I didn't think about that.
That's true.
So it's like I forgot that our world still hasn't changed.
But your
I've been
tattoos
in
are not offensive, though.
But I know. But I've been in the artistic world for so long.
Yeah.
And going back into corporate America, whether it's working at a coffee joint or a restaurant, it's still to some people, not necessarily the culture, because nowadays you see everybody with tattoos.
Right.
But one person may not like it.
But it's
if they're
interesting
the
you
manager.
say coffee joint because those are the kind of places that would totally embrace you. I mean, look, go to Starbucks and you see people with tattoos.
But let's say I went to one where the manager doesn't have any because she doesn't believe in them.
Well, that's
And
her.
she may not hire anybody. You might look at her whole staff and they don't have any.
Really?
because of her personal belief. People, that's what's happening. People are just
That's
picking
true.
out people according to what they believe in.
That's true. Because remember, I had my Joker mask that I was wearing during COVID.
Yes, and what did Jim
And
say?
my boss was like, at the time, he was like, yeah, I don't really think that that's appropriate to be wearing here. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, if I'm going to wear a fucking face mask because of COVID, because everybody was, let's just be honest, nobody wanted to wear the mask. But if I'm going to wear a mask, I'm going to wear a mask that's indicative of my personality.
Yes,
I'm not
correct.
going to wear something that looks like I'm a fucking surgeon in ER. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No offense. I mean, I get
That's
it. There was a
true.
pandemic going on, but it was like, shit.
But
People-
he didn't like the mask. That was the point. He didn't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
So people are, that's how deep this shit is getting. So it's like, heads up, everybody. People are looking for crew members, as
Right.
in like friendship crew members
Yeah.
versus skilled workers. So honestly, you could lie your ass off on a fucking interview. You could lie your ass off on the resume because they're not checking nothing. They're only checking to see if you're
Yep.
fit into their little clique.
And if you
That
just
is
do
it.
exactly what they want as far as
Yep.
schedules. You know, another thing that's really bothering
There
me
is
lately.
no more
The
flexibility.
fucking minimum wage for years has been fucked up. I remember my first job that I did was like $4.35 or $4.55.
Mine was like $7.55.
You know what I'm saying? It was like something like $4.35 or $4.55.
Then I came here to Michigan and worked at Myers, and it was like minimum wage was like $6.50 an hour and
Yeah.
$6.55.
Like how the fuck is people supposed to be able to afford? Like you really can't afford the cost of living if you're just working a minimum wage job. And these minimum wage jobs, like for example, my other job, you know, they're paying like $2 or $3 less, but they want them to stock, they want them to cashier, they want them to, you know,
do 4 people's jobs.
yeah. And it's like no, like at the end of the day, these corporations need to fall in line and start realizing that these employees, without them, you wouldn't be making your stock and your bonuses.
That's
Oh,
true.
but don't get me started on that because I'm not going to say where. But a lot of these companies, they're just like bogarting each other. It's like how McDonald's did. They were like on every fucking half-mile or 10-mile radius, right? That's how a lot of these other retail stores are doing. And they're squeezing out the Kmart's. They're squeezing out the Farmer
it's-
Jacks.
You know, it's funny because a lot
Walmart.
of, yeah, it's coming to a head.
Yeah,
The new grocery store is going to be the dollar store.
I'm seeing that.
You know, that's what's happening. And Walmart and Target are going to be the new department stores, and
Yep.
all the rest of the department stores that are out there are going to start closing.
Yeah, because
Because-
they're already doing it. They're
Yep.
squeezing out the fucking Rite Aids and CVS's.
Yep, so it's
because you
like-
can't have a Rite Aid, a CVS, a fucking dollar store, another dollar store half a mile down the
Yep.
road. You got a Meijer right across the street. There's just too much shit in one area. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like at some point they should say, you know what? Maybe it's not a good idea putting this store a couple
Correct.
miles down the road.
Yep, it's
You
coming
know?
to a head at this, but
But minimum
corporate
wage,
greed.
it should definitely be like, what do you think minimum wage should be, Kathy?
Honestly, it's not even about the minimum wage. It's making everything where you can keep the cycle going, still make a profit, and be comfortable. But they keep doing that with people. So for me, it'd be just about make a wage where everybody can make a living. You know, where
So that you don't have like a set number that you think it should be?
because it's not about, because back in the day, you could make $9,000 a year. You consider upper middle class rich.
Yeah,
You know, you could buy a loaf of bread for 5 cents.
yeah.
You know, and you could do so much. Spending
Well, I
$50
never bought a
on
loaf of
groceries
bread
is
for
like
5
spending
cents.
$500 on groceries.
I
So
wish
it's like
that bread was a 5
right,
cents. when
but
I was
it's
a
just the
kid.
point that you could live
Yeah,
comfortably.
yeah,
So it's like do something where there's people are working, the machine is oiled. Can't we just keep it that way? But no, it's like over time everything has to move fast. Everything has to upgrade and
yeah.
everything has to keep moving fast. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does not have to be faster. That's what I feel like over the years. Like everything has been geared to make everything faster. Why? People are like getting into car crashes. People are distracted. People are sick and ill because everything is geared to move fast. Your body is not made to do that.
That's true.
I can see moderately moving things ahead, but it's been fast for me, I think, ever since 2000 when the new millennium hit. That's when everything was geared towards everything being faster. From the phone to the computer system, internet, and we've been crashing and burning ever since.
Well, that's a whole another deeper conversation. The reason they started getting rid of the payphones is because there was a lot of illegal shit going on them phones, and so they couldn't trace them like they wanted to. They tried to tap them, and but it's illegal to do that. And so the best way to do that and to monitor and track everyone,
Take everybody on cell phones.
exactly, because on the cell phone you're giving that app permission to monitor your activity or where you're at. Even Google. Google's facing like a huge lawsuit right now because they had this thing called incognito mode where people could go kind of, private or whatever and search for
But
shit.
you can pull up people's like,
Google was still tracking them.
I believe that, and
Yep.
also too, Google tracks everything you do.
Yeah, but when you're in
what-
incognito mode, they wasn't supposed to, and so
Oh, they're always going to.
they were tracking people in
We live in the
incognito
United
mode.
States of America.
So now they're fighting like this $1 billion lawsuit.
We are in America. It's always going to be some type of fight.
Yeah.
We're not. There is no privacy here.
Hell no, there's cameras fucking
Everywhere.
everywhere now.
There's no more privacy.
But they need to have them in
They're
certain
in our
areas too, though,
TVs
because
too.
like,
Everything. They're like it's everywhere.
oh yeah, because you ever notice like if you look something up, and I think we talked about this before maybe, but if you like for example, if you looked up a college, right, you were just looking up education, and you put your email in there and your phone number. As soon as you do that, you get a lot of shit that's customized to your particular social app that you're on at that particular time. All of a sudden, you get this college shit.
Wow.
Yeah, like the other day, I'll give you an example. I lost my little piece to my black earbud that I wear at work, the little rubber piece. So I ordered another pair of earbuds, right? And the as soon as I did that and I went to go check out an app, a fucking ad popped up for that exact company that I bought the earbuds at. That's how I know when they're doing the cookies, which is what they call it, the cookies. It's basically they're traces of tracking you, the data. So, for example,
I've seen that when I actually go into looking up like a book title.
yeah,
It'll come right to my Facebook page, but I was looking it up on Safari.
yep.
How did it get to my Facebook page? It's the truth. They are. That is very true.
And let's just be honest. Ever since certain apps have bought out other apps, now they're becoming more corporate. As far as like look at TikTok removing sounds because of Universal
Yeah.
Records, and then also or Universal Music.
Let's
But
talk about
the algorithm too.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that.
yeah, like
Before we go into that though, I want everyone to know my wife is one of the best hairstylists in the area, man. So look up Bravo Cuts, like as in Bravo.
Why, thank
Bravo
you.
Cuts, and she's very good at it, and she's a natural
22
stylist
years in
and
the game.
tarot reader. So reach out to her. She's one of the best in the area. It's how we met. If her friend wouldn't have jacked my hair up, I probably would have never walked in there. But something about Kathy made me want to go in there and say something.
So
to her.
find me on Instagram, Kathy
Yes.
Bravo Cuts, all one word.
Yes. So now we're gonna get into this shit.
And that's KATHYBRAVOCUTS.
Whenever someone tries to promote or try to network or market, they push people to the bottom of the algorithm. Now, back in the day, they didn't used to do that. You tag somebody in the post.
Because people
they
are
would
making
share it
so
on their
much money
post.
off of Facebook, and they're like, oh, no, we can't do that. That
Yeah.
was to get us all hooked.
Oh, and it definitely
That's all
worked.
it did. And the way that things go to, even your lives and stuff are only on there 30 days. And it's like they're cutting out so much stuff in these apps
Yep.
that they even market you.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, they definitely do.
They mess with your image. Okay, they pick out what they think is the best video, what the people would like.
What to respond to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they make an image out of you.
Like
A
for you,
complete
your
image.
workout videos, and for me, the horror comedy that I do, the little voiceovers I
Yep.
do under the videos. But that's the thing is like these apps, for example, TikTok, they just removed all the sounds, from Universal, anything that was owned by Universal. Apparently they couldn't come to an agreement. So a lot of videos got like muted. So, you got to go through your videos and basically mute them. And that shows you clearly that there's a US company that has their paws in TikTok now. They
Yeah.
have, because it's no different than, Facebook and Instagram. They're owned by Meta, which Meta is like another company.
And
I'm guessing.
they just actually solved that whole TikTok trial. Remember back
Yeah.
last was it summertime?
They resolved it.
Yeah, so it's like who knows what's happened since then.
Oh, they definitely
But I'm so
compromised
sick
on
of that.
some shit.
Everybody's doing ads on TikTok. It's getting annoying though.
Yeah.
Like, you ever notice, like, you can, like, start off on somebody talking about a subject and they're like, well, go into my seminar. It's in the TikTok shop. And I'm just like, you know what? Stop. Like, I am so sick of it. It's like every other video.
That's true. Just like when I bought that candy, I bought that freeze dried fucking Skittles shit. I bought like 3 or 4 packs, right? And no sooner did I do that, every time I would flip or scroll, someone else would be selling the same
Or
shit.
they'll be like, oh my gosh. No, I didn't get this dress in the TikTok shop. No, I didn't get this flower dress in the TikTok shop. Go to my page, so and click on the link to the TikTok.
I like the one that
Come
said,
on, I'm so over it.
you'd be like, I'm a black hairstylist. I blah blah blah. Of course I blah blah blah.
I love those.
Those are funny.
I think those are funny. Yes.
You could totally do that with your tarot reading. Be like, of course I'm a tarot reader. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You know, I actually posted somebody else's like that.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I posted this one woman that I follow. I posted her. She did one.
And you were talking about doing stitches and stuff like on TikTok and engaging your viewers and whatnot.
I've been doing that. You
Yeah.
haven't been watching my page?
I have, but how you been doing it? Like what kind of videos you like stitching? With stitching, if people don't know what that is, explain what it is first. real
Okay,
quick.
stitching is when you give your opinion on somebody else's video or feedback.
Oh.
Yeah, so for me, I did a video about, making proper assessments on people, and I think I stitched somebody's video. Or no, I said one was this is what I stitched. One that was, this guy was like talking about the only time I really complain about, women and them calling them gold diggers when I don't have no money. And I stitched it. I said, thank you. Thank you so very much for your honesty. I really appreciate it. I stitched that one. And then this one lady was like, other video I stitched, she was talking about, traditional values. And so I stitched it and gave my opinion, so it's like, it's just, and I'll say, go back to that. If I like the person's video, I'll say, go back to the video and watch that video.
Right.
I hardly do the negative ones where people are like, because most of the time you'll just get blocked if you give a negative opinion. But if you give something positive, you say, go back to the person's video and go and watch it.
Okay.
Like somebody stitched my video on pussy ain't free.
They did?
Yes. Yep. Yes, they did.
I'm going to have to watch that.
And
I'm sure there was some comments there.
Oh my God, I've had men in my inbox ever since. Are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Yes, I have offended these dusty brokies. Oh my God, I have offended them.
These dusty brokies.
Yes, I had one at 4:00 in the morning on my page in my inbox and talking, and I gave him like the straight up. I was just like, this is just my beliefs, so and so, blah blah. And he was like, I just find it cringe that people equate sex with money. I just think it's cringe. And I said, really?
First off, who the fuck uses that word?
But
all
it was the
time?
fact of that people spend time and money in exchanges all the time. You go to work for what? Your paycheck.
Yeah.
You give your time for the money, right?
Yeah, time
and
for the
so
money.
people pay for what they want, whether it's sex, gambling,
Look at
drugs.
the sex
so
industry.
why
as a
not
whole.
pay for the woman you want?
Exactly. And
Why not?
Sex is one of the biggest industries ever.
Yes. So to me, what are you talking about? Like, men go to strip clubs, people go to bars, people spend money is to be exchanged. Why is sex not one of them?
Yeah.
To me, I feel like if you were a certain type of guy and you want a certain type of woman and you pay for it, you're paying for that.
Well, they do have sex dolls for that too. Like,
but that's true though. But that's see my point.
Yeah.
And so for me, the Dusties, I call them the Dusties because they're just like, I have traditional values and I think my values work because I've done it the other way. I'm not saying by things that I speculating. No, I've gone through this. So I don't believe in 50-50. That's just me. And so many men were on my inbox when I talked about the fact that when it comes down to it, if you want the attention of a woman, or at least me, fine, me, I don't come free. My time, my loyalty, the dedication I'm going to give to you, the sex, all of that is time and energy.
Don't forget the rub downs.
In the rub downs, that's not free.
There's a lot of guys that talk about
and
that.
So
like they don't even
I
get
need
a rub down.
to be a great wife to my husband. I need to live a very relaxed mental life to be able to do that.
And you usually
I can't do that if I'm stressed out going 50-50 with somebody. And also too, you can't save no money that way either, y'all. Let's do the math real quick before we go on to the next subject. If you are 50-50 with your partner, if you need your partner's 50% and he needs yours, what happens when one of y'all goes out for the count? Let's say when y'all break y'all ankle, you're off work for 8 weeks. What you gonna do with no savings? If y'all both living check to check going 50-50? No. Somebody has to pay the bills in the house, and the other person's job, like the wife's job, is my belief, y'all. This is my belief. The wife's money that she works with goes into a savings account. So that's how you save money for your household. Just in case, what if your husband says, you know what? I'm mentally broken down. I need a 2 months off work. We got the money in the account. We got the money that we can say, baby, I got you. Okay, we got this much in our savings. We got $100,000 in our savings. You can take 2 months off
in a
work.
perfect world, I'd love to say that we have that. A lot of people don't have that right now because
Correct.
it goes back to what we were saying
Correct,
earlier.
but to me, I feel like then the men should be single. Don't date because women cost money. Women cost money.
I would disagree. There, and the reason why is because a lot of your relationships, more than one person is working, and they're both doing what they got to do to take care of the bills.
Yeah, but the thing is, it still comes down to, but you know how many people that I deal with people so much. So mine is coming from personal experience and also dealing with the people industry. So many women and men are stressed out because of the whole 50-50 thing, because they wish that they had somebody to have their back to save money. The men say it to me and the women do. And I've watched people's relationships go up and down. Then I've also gone through it too. So it's like, and it's not fun when you have stress of finances in a relationship, because you start blaming one another for shit when it's just really, you're just stressed out because you really want to spend time with the person or your kids or your family, whatever. You just start taking it out on each other because there's no money. I watched it even in my parents' marriage. Finances is the number one thing why people get divorced.
Yeah.
Do you know how many readings I do on that?
That's true.
It's finances. People, they start stabbing each other because of money. And I just feel like a lot of people are like the younger generation, they're choosing to stay single. I'm actually proud of them for that, because to be in a relationship, it costs money, especially for the man if he wants the woman that he wants.
Well,
It's just
no matter what you do, it's going
what
to
it
cost you
is.
money.
Because we still, if you are the newer generation, I don't know nothing about Gen Z, but if you are a grandbaby or a great grandbaby of the baby boomers, it is a man's world, and men are the providers. They are the 3 Ps: the provider, the protector, and the penis. If that's the world we grew up in, and it's in our world, we deal with our age group. That's who we're dealing with. I know who I'm dealing with. But it took me a long time to see it. I was all about, my grandmothers and aunties gave me the cautionary stories of marriage is bad, men are bad, all that, because they chose bad men. And so I became extra Mrs. Independent Woman and all that kind of craziness. And that's a temporary fix to a bigger problem. Huge one. And it doesn't work when you are the grandbaby of the baby boomer. You're just fighting a system that's, you're not going to win. So to me, I think traditional values works for me in my lifestyle. Kudos to the independent woman out there. Kudos who wants to live that way. That's just not me.
But I also think that the gender roles have switched, but also because of the way everything is up, everyone's working. So it's not like we want to work. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you don't want to.
I don't think it's about, you're correct, the gender roles have, but here's what I've still noticed. The gender roles like, you've got a lot of successful women, but here's the thing. A man wants to be a man. A man wants to be a man. A man deep down in his soul does not want no woman taking care of him. I have lived it. I have known it. Nope. A man needs to lead. It's in him. That's God's nature. Men have been taught, think about anybody who grew up Christian now, or even any religion in the USA anyways. Y'all learned that God was a what? A man. Even though that's not necessarily the whole story, but isn't that what we're taught?
Yeah, it is.
So men are made to lead because the first leader of this whole creation is what? God. And in any religion that you see, God is a what? A man, masculine energy. So it's like I said, that's not the whole story, but that's what we're taught. So men are it's in the DNA and the ancestors that men are made to lead. If they're not, and women are made to follow. It's just the way it is. And anybody who's lived in these households when the woman has been the provider and all that kind of stuff, you can't tell me y'all haven't had some problems.
There's definitely probably been some issues, but I also think that if people work together, it can be achieved.
Yes, it can be, but doesn't mean one person doesn't feel a certain way underneath it all.
But it doesn't mean 50-50. It just means that
No. Well, okay. It's like, even if it's not 50-50, let's say the woman's bringing home 70% of the income and the man's bringing home 30. That man doesn't feel like a total man, even though it's working.
well, no, because look at your
But-
friend that was with we won't say who, but when we'll just say A was with that one guy back in the day, and she was like controlling the whole relationship. It wasn't allowing him to do shit.
Yeah, and that
Y'all went
doesn't
to
work.
Miami, remember?
Yep. And that didn't work.
No,
It doesn't, because a man wants to be a man.
but he also
He
didn't
wants to
really.
leave.
He didn't really
He
get
wants
a
to
chance.
lead.
He didn't really get a chance to do anything though because everything was controlled.
Correct. So, in other words, that shouldn't be the situation.
But it's
The
hard
man's supposed to lead.
when you have two alpha leaders though.
And you can't, though. So somebody eventually has to submit. That's what I'm talking about. That eventually somebody does.
Uh-huh.
And if you're a female, that to me, I don't want to control a penis. That's not my MO. I believe no matter what position, y'all, the penis inserts. Doesn't matter whether it's coming from the side, the back, the top, the bottom, doggy style, missionary. The penis leads. Think about it. Think about that. The penis leads. So the penis leads in sex. The penis leads in giving us that seed to go into our ovaries to make babies and everything else. It starts with the man. It
Well, I
just
think-
does.
I also think though in the relationships now, especially that I'm seeing in a lot of relationships, the men are acting very like
Bitchy, like bitches,
kind of like a little feminine, and
Yes.
then the women are acting more
like dudes.
like dudes.
And it's not working.
Yeah.
And it's creating like
Confusion,
yes.
frustration,
and weak children.
Yeah,
It's getting to be too much.
that's a
it
deep
really